Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This week we're going to be doing another mood reading vlog because tomorrow is actually my last day of my current job. I am leaving my current job and I start my next job in 2 weeks. So after tomorrow I have about just under 2 weeks off work with absolutely nothing to do other than read. I have been reading so much recently and I don't know what it is. Like I don't know how to explain this. I'm in such a reading mood, like such a reading mood. I've been reading so many books but I just don't know what to read now. I'm currently in the middle of Iron Flame because I'm slowly buddy reading it with Jemima, and we're reading like 50 pages a day, so I'm on like page 300 of that at the minute. But like I said, we're only reading 50 pages a day, so I'm reading something alongside that. I have just finished today. I finished Every Move You Make by C.L. Taylor, which is a thriller, and it's about stalkers. This group of people, they meet like online and form like a stalkers helpline sort of group, or support group even, for each other, because they're all being stalked. And that was really good. I gave that 4.5 stars. I read it in one day and I actually got that from work. We did like a Secret Santa book swap at our last book club meeting and I picked it up straight away and absolutely loved it, so that was really good. And then literally like 2 days ago I finished Hopeless by Elsie Silver, the 5th and final book in the Chestnut Spring series, and absolutely loved that as well. I gave that 5 stars. And just before that I finished Frida McFadden's The Boyfriend. Absolutely loved that as well. I think I gave that 5 stars too, maybe 4. But like, so every single book I pick up I'm absolutely loving and I'm rating things so highly, and I don't know if it's just because I'm in a good reading mood or what, but all day ever since I finished Every Move You Make I don't know what to pick up. I've been really struggling, racking my brain trying to figure out what I'm in the mood for. And I was going to pick up Vicious by V.E. Schwab because that is on my November TBR, but because I'm reading Iron Flame as well, I think it's better if I read like a romance or a thriller alongside Iron Flame, like I have been doing with Hopeless and Every Move You Make, just to break it up a bit so that I'm not reading like 2 fantasy books alongside each other, because I could get confused, and also it might be that might put me in a slump if I'm reading 2 fantasy books at the same time. So I've been trying to read something different. Yeah, the book that I've chosen is quite controversial potentially, also very rogue. Like, I've had this book for about 3 years probably now and haven't read it, and that is Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas. Actually I think I've had this book for 4 years almost, because I got this book for Christmas from Sarah. Sarah bought me this book and the note is signed off as her handle, so it says Saz Books, and I know that she would only have done that when we weren't that close, so it must have been 4 years ago, like Christmas 2020, that she gifted me this. So I've had this for so long. I don't know if there's traditionally published copies of this book now, but this is the indie published version of it. This is an age gap romance, and the girl and her boyfriend move into her boyfriend's dad's house, and it ends up becoming a romance between her and her boyfriend's dad. So she has a boyfriend, but then it's a romance between her and her boyfriend's dad. So I don't know if it's like a love triangle situation or what, but it's definitely age gap. She's 19 and he's 38. And I read the description of it because it's also on Kindle Unlimited. So I've downloaded it on my Kindle because I just wanted a Kindle read that I'm just going to hopefully fly through. And I read the blurb and I was like, okay, why is this exactly what I'm in the mood for? I have only read maybe 1 age gap romance before, but I'm excited for this one, and I know that Sarah really enjoyed it, so I'm gonna pick up this one. Like I said, I do have the physical and I have a bookmark in there, but I'm actually gonna read it on my Kindle because I just really want to read a Kindle book. So this is the book that we're going to be starting tonight. It's about 400 pages, so not too long. So yeah, we'll see. But I'm going to be mood reading this week, like I said. I'll talk to you a bit more tomorrow about me leaving my job, etc., because I haven't said anything about that in any video so far. But I have been on my notice period for 3 months. I handed my notice in 3 months ago, and tomorrow's my last day, which is insane to me. But yeah, I'll talk to you a bit more about it tomorrow after I've officially had my last day at that job. But for now, birthday girl. Hello, we are back to give you updates. It's currently Tuesday evening, and as I said in the last clip, I actually had my last day of work yesterday. I left my job. If you don't know, I'm a paralegal. I was a paralegal at a law firm, and I was there for just over a year. But I left. There's no beef. I just left because I wanted a fresh start. And I am going to a different law firm also to be a paralegal. So basically the same job, just at a different place. But I think I mentioned yesterday that I have about 2 weeks off before I start my next job, because I like booked annual leave at the end of my last job, so that I'd get a little rest in between. And this is like the first time in the whole year that I've had like 2 weeks off, so I'm very excited for these 2 weeks. I am literally just planning on reading for the majority of the time. I want to do a 24-hour readathon in a couple of days, and then I think I also said yesterday that Em is coming over next week. That'll probably be a separate vlog. I'll do like a little spend a few days with us type vlog, but this will actually be the first time that Em has come and visited me. If you've seen any of my other vlogs before, you might know that I go to Ireland pretty regularly now, honestly, probably like every 6 months now, to see Em and Sarah. Sarah comes here a lot though as well. And I've probably been to Ireland about 4 times now to see Em, 3 or 4 times. But we've actually been friends for like 4 years, and she has never come over here to visit me, so that's what is happening next week, and I'm really excited for that. But like I said, that will be in a different video. Right now I'm going to update you on the books I'm reading. So Iron Flame, I'm on page 370 of Iron Flame now. I'm reading it so slowly, but I am really enjoying it. But I know that something devastating is going to come, and I kind of just want to be there already. Like, I'm sick of the build up, kind of, I guess. But like, I am enjoying it as I'm reading it, but it's just because I know that something is coming that I just want to be there already. Yeah, that's all I have to say really. I'm reading it really slowly, and I just don't have many thoughts, honestly. There was one thing that I really didn't like that happened, and I just thought it was so random, but we haven't really had any more about that in the book so far, so I don't have any thoughts, and I don't want to spoil anything because Iron Flame is the second book in the Fourth Wing series, and I don't want to spoil anything. But then I am reading Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas. I'm on page 102 of this now, which is about 25%. The book's just under 400 pages, and I'm pretty sure I explained what this is about, but this follows Jordan, who is a 19-year-old girl who has a boyfriend called Cole, and her and Cole basically run into, they don't have much money, and they run into some money troubles, and they end up moving in with Cole's dad, Pike, so they can live there to save money until they can afford to move out again. And yeah, there's so much tension between Jordan and Pike, and I kind of just want them, I just want something to happen between them now, because I know it's going to happen and there's so much tension. I just want it to happen, and we're 100 pages in and I feel like it's probably going to happen soon. But yeah, I'm just like anticipating that so much, because honestly I like Pike way more than I like Cole. Cole's kind of a dick, to be honest, and he's lazy and he doesn't do anything to help out around the house, and Jordan is like doing everything for him. And yeah, so I don't like Cole at all, and I just wanted to get with his dad. Never thought that would be a sentence that I'd say, but I just want Jordan to get with Cole's dad. So I can't wait for that, but I'm really enjoying this now. Now that I'm a bit further into it, I'm like in the story, and I really like it. So yeah, those are my reading updates. That's my work update and life update. I'm just gonna carry on reading Birthday Girl tonight even, and see how far I can get. I'm hoping to finish this tomorrow though, because like I said, I'm gonna do a 24-hour readathon soon, and I kind of want to start fresh with books. I'm gonna do it not tomorrow but the day after, so I want to finish Birthday Girl by tomorrow. So yes, it's update time. Okay, I just dropped everything. Okay, oh my god. First update is Iron Flame. All the update is that I read up to page 405, and shit is going down, shit is happening, and I'm excited for it, and that's all I'm gonna say, because I refuse to be the reason that anyone is spoiled for Iron Flame, because I didn't get any Iron Flame spoilers, so I don't want anyone else to have any Iron Flame spoilers. And so all I'm gonna say is shit is about to go down, and I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, the main update, Birthday Girl. I am on page 230, which is chapter 16. I think my last update was I just want them to get together, and my thoughts remain the same. I'm like, something's just happened. Like, they've realised that they had a moment, okay? They had a moment, and it was outside, and they were hosing each other off, and it was wet, and they had a moment, and I really enjoyed that moment. And now I think we're back to square one, and it's getting on my nerves. It's like every time something almost happens, he's like, oh, but she's 19, and then that's it. Like, she obviously wants it, he obviously wants it, but he just keeps being like, oh, she's 19. Yeah, it's annoying me. I just want them to be together, and the fact that there's like 100 and... I can't do maths. I really can't do maths. I'm not afraid to say I'm about to use a calculator to figure out how many pages I have left. There's 166 pages left of this book, and I just want them to be together already. I don't want this to drag out any longer than it already has. And she's living in his house, and like every few chapters there's a point where she's about to move out, and then he's like, no, stay, and she's like, no, I'm leaving, and then he's like, no, stay, and then she stays. And I swear to God, if we get any more moments like that where she's about to leave, I'm gonna lose my mind, because we all know that you're staying, okay? We all know that you're staying. Don't pretend to leave. So that's annoying me. But I will say, I really do like the relationship between Jordan and Pike. Like, not the romantic, physical relationship or anything like that. Like, Pike just seems really lonely. Like, he's lived alone his whole life. And then Jordan is just like, it's like he hasn't spoke to anyone in so long. And so when he is speaking to Jordan, he's like, he just seems so happy, and it's really cute, and I really like it. And I feel like he just likes having someone in the house with him, and just likes having someone to look out for and care for, and I really, really like that. That part I'm really enjoying. But the back and forth between the two is pissing me off. So hopefully they're just going to get together and live a happy ever after. But we've got 166 pages to get there, and it's dragging, I'm not going to lie. Sorry for the lighting change. But hopefully within the next 100 pages they'll be together. I swear to God, if they're not, I'm going to be fuming. And I will tell you if there's another instance of her leaving or about to leave. Because if there is, it's going to knock my whole writing down a star. I'm not even lying, because it's really getting on my nerves. There's genuinely been like 3 or 4 instances of her about to leave the house and move out. Anyway, that's my update. I'm going to try and finish it tonight, because like I said, tomorrow I'm doing a 24-hour readathon with Em, and I don't want to be in the middle of this. I don't. Maybe if I had like 50 pages left of it, then that's fine. if I can just read like at least another 100 pages tonight of this, then perfect, because like I said, I just don't want to be in the middle of this during the readathon. So yeah, that's my update. Okay, today is actually Saturday, so it's been like a few days since I updated, and I think the last update I said, sorry I'm losing my voice, I think the last update I said was I wanted to finish Birthday Girl because I was planning on doing a 24-hour readathon. And I did start Birthday Girl, no, I did start the 24-hour readathon, but then as you can tell I got really sick, and the morning of the 24-hour readathon is when I started to feel run down. But I was like, I'll just ignore it and carry on doing the readathon, and that was a really bad idea because I think it made me worse. So I just ended up like stopping the readathon, and I don't want all that footage to go to waste, because I did read, I did finish Birthday Girl, and I also got like over 100 pages into A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik. And yeah, like I said, I just don't want that footage to go to waste, so I'm just going to insert that footage here and then just continue on the vlog, because I'm starting to feel slightly better now. I mean, you can hear in my voice that I'm not well, but I am starting to feel slightly better, and it's now the weekend, and I want to get this video finished and up, because I haven't uploaded in a few weeks because I've been just not filming anything, which is really frustrating to me, and I'm really angry at myself. I'm not angry at myself because it's not my fault that I'm ill, but I'm angry that I'm frustrated that I didn't get to finish the readathon after I started and made such good progress. Like, I read like 300 pages and then was just too ill to do anything else, so didn't carry on, and that's really annoying to me because I really thought that while I was off work I was going to be able to do a good readathon. I think I still will. I might still have a day free next week to try and do it again, so I'll see if I can redo it next week while I'm still off work. But yeah, it was really annoying. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to insert the clips from that readathon here, just so that you, because I gave like all my thoughts on Birthday Girl, and then obviously the beginning thoughts of A Deadly Education, and I don't want to lose that footage, so I'm going to insert it here, and then we're going to carry on this reading vlog today. Okay, it's currently 20 past 11. Let me just show you. So we have been reading for about 2 hours and 20 minutes, and I finished Birthday Girl, so I wanted to finish this before 12, so that was successful. It's 40 minutes until 12. I don't know if I even said what this was about, but this is basically an age gap romance where the female main character Jordan has a boyfriend called Cole, and her and Cole move into Cole's dad's house. Cole's dad is called Pike, and it ends up being an age gap romance between Jordan and Cole's dad. This book was fine, like it was okay. The age gap thing didn't put me off or anything. It was just slightly annoying because Jordan it was just the same thing happening over and over. Like, Jordan just kept leaving or threatening to leave the house and move out, and the dad didn't want her to, and that just basically kept happening over and over again. Yeah, and it was sort of like a forbidden romance because obviously he is her boyfriend's dad or her ex-boyfriend's dad, and it's an age gap and the town would think it's weird. It was good, but it wasn't like an incredible romance book. But I would probably recommend it. I think I'm going to give it 3 stars, and that is the first book down from this 24-hour readathon. first book finished. I'm going to take a short break. Like I said, Em is joining me at maybe 12 or 1, I don't know yet. I do think that the next book I want to read is A Deadly Education. I don't know why, I'm just really in the mood for it now. But I'm not going to put like so much pressure on myself with this one. Like if I'm not enjoying it after like 100 pages, I'm going to DNF it and get rid of it, because it's been on my TBR for like years now. This is one of the first books I've ever bought, honestly. 2020, yeah, that's when I first got into reading, and this is, or like got back into reading, and this is a hardback, so I've had this like since it came out and haven't read it. So I am going to try this one, but like I said, I'm not going to put too much pressure on myself. Yeah, but 2 hours in and I've already finished a book, so I'm really happy with that.
When I close my eyes, ruthless I know. You might even wonder why I go MIA sometimes. I can't deny.
I've moved to the bed, which is potentially a bad idea, because if I lie down there's a chance I'm going to fall asleep. But I do have an energy drink that is nearly all gone, but I'm feeling tired, I'm not gonna lie. But I did start A Deadly Education. I'm only 30 pages in, but I didn't realise that this was set in the UK. Am I stupid? Like obviously it's not the UK because it's a fantasy and it's like the void. I don't really know what that is, but she said that it's in Wales and there's like things to do with Manchester and the UK, and I didn't realise that. I thought it would be a completely made up world, but it's not. It's set in the UK, which is very cool. So far we've met our main character, whose name is Elle. It's actually something a lot longer than that, but I don't know how to pronounce it. But her name's Elle, or she goes by Elle, and she has everyone in this, I guess it's like a college, a school. Everyone has different types of magic, and Elle's magic is like really destructive magic that she can't really use, because if she does use it she'll destroy things. And the other main character, I'm guessing, is Orion, who has really good magic. Like he's really powerful, he can kill monsters easily, and he's sort of known for being like a hero in the school. Like every time someone's in danger he saves them because he's good at that. And Elle hates him. She hates him with a passion. So I think it's going to be like an enemies to lovers, and I think they're going to have to work together at some point. I don't know, but the chapters in this book are really long. I just had a flick through and there's only 13 chapters in this entire 300-page book. Why do authors do this? This upsets me. But I'm 10% in already. Like 30 pages is 10%, which is the perks of having a short book. So I'm just gonna look at it as like, I'm just gonna try and read it in 30-page chunks, because then every 30 pages it's another 10% ticked off. So we're gonna try. I do like the writing, but I will say in the first chapter there was so much world building, like so much background and so much history that I don't feel like is necessary in a 300-page book. Like just get right into the story, please. I just need to be in the story. I don't need the world building.
Try to hold on to the things I can't keep. Then my fingers I was losing control.
The camera's a bit wonky, but it's 10 to 3 and I just made it to page 100 of A Deadly Education, which is chapter 6, and I'm actually really enjoying this. I don't know why I've put this off for so long. I will say there's a lot of detail about the magic and spells, and yeah, there's a lot of detail about the magic, which makes sense because obviously it's the first in a trilogy, so you need this background information. I'm sure it's important, but yeah, I don't know, I just feel like it's a lot of detail and I do find myself sort of skipping over those bits a little bit. Also, I mentioned that it was set in the UK, but they actually mentioned a train station that is in my city in this book, which is just crazy to me because my city never features in books, I feel like. So that was really cool actually. I did listen to one chapter of the audiobook while I went and did other things. The audiobook is on Spotify, and I probably will carry on listening to that when I like shower later and things, if I haven't finished it physically by that time. The audiobook's quite good. The narrator is British, so yeah, it just fits the vibe. So yeah, I'm on page 100 so far. Basically what's happened is this school is filled with monsters, and literally anywhere you go you have to go in groups, you have to have someone watch your back while you shower. Like, there's monsters everywhere trying to kill you, and it literally is just a school about surviving. And in classes you learn spells and enchantments and things, literally for protection and to help you survive, because these monsters are just out to get you, like literally in bed at night, because it's like a boarding school type situation. In bed at night, monsters will just come into your room and try and kill you. And I think I said earlier, Orion is like this hero character, and he is just really good at killing these monsters because they don't come specifically for him, like they just ignore him, and he's really good at killing them. And Orion and Elle have sort of formed this unspoken alliance where I mentioned earlier that Elle doesn't like him, but Orion is just constantly looking out for her and watching her back. At first he thought she was this thing, I don't know how you say it, Maleficer I think, where they're like bad, they use dark magic and they're bad. He thought she was one of those, so at first it just became like he was just looking out to see if she was one of those, but it just ended up being them spending a lot of time together, and people actually think that they're dating now, so it's sort of like a fake dating situation, even though Orion doesn't know this. But yeah, there's like a bit of an alliance going on, even though she hates him, and I really like it. I really like it so far. So yeah, I'm on page 100. I'm just going to carry on reading physically until I need to do other things, and then like I said, I will go back to the audiobook because yeah, I need to keep reading. So I've just finished reading A Deadly Education. I listened to the last couple of chapters on audiobook this morning. I think I'm going to give it a 3.5. I really liked the concept, the fact that it was like a boarding school for wizards. It gave Harry Potter vibes, but the school was very much just trying to kill them, like the goal was to survive. And I think it's a trilogy, so the story didn't like end. There was slight romance in there, but not much. But I just think that, first of all, there was only 13 chapters in a 300-page book, which, that's not for me. You need at least 30 chapters or 25 chapters in a 300-page book, in my opinion, because those chapters were long, which I think is one of the reasons that it just felt slow to me. I feel like I can't say this is a negative, but in my opinion some things were just too detailed. Like, they really were. Like, the magic and the descriptions of the monsters or the history, it just felt like it was too long, because it's only a 300-page book. It doesn't need that much setup, and it's not real. So why do we need all this history when it's not real, and it's not like, the story wasn't as deep as like a Sarah J Maas book, if that makes sense. But I did enjoy it, so I'm going to give it 3.5 stars. And that does bring us to the end of this week. Today's Sunday. So yeah, that's my mood reading. I think I read 2 books, and obviously I've been reading Iron Flame as well, but I haven't finished that yet. But yes, that has been my mood reading week while I'm off work. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.